This year we saw violent behaviour on the Springfield Road in the middle of the annual White Rock Parade. Orange men waited up to 1 hour to gain access through the Workman's Gate, which separates the Springfield Road away from the Shankill. When the Orange men walked through, they were pelted with missiles and verbal abuse. Many of those waiting at the other side of the gate were not from the area and had been transported in to allow the media to get some good photographs, knowing that these images would be sent around the world for all to see. We currently see sectarian tensions being stirred up in many areas of County Antrim, namely Dunloy and Rasharkin. Members of the Loyal Orders, as well as band members who live locally, have received abuse on and off parade, as well as having their homes attacked. This has been orchestrated by Sinn Féin, once again seeking to stir and create angry confrontations in the North Antrim area of Rasharkin. Protestants are being chased from small, predominantly Catholic towns, which were previously evenly mixed in North Antrim. Only a few weeks ago, a man had his house attacked for the second time this year. He is now to leave his home. People like this need help from the Northern Ireland office, and they need protection. Parading in Northern Ireland is viewed by Sinn Féin as a product of British imperialism. It has been jumped upon by Sinn Féin, who argue that Unionists have no culture and have no identity. They see it as something that they can manipulate and undermine for their benefit. In the early 1990s, Gerry Adams, a self-proclaimed author, argued that Ireland would not be free until all elements of Britishness were removed from the state of Northern Ireland. This included orange parades. When you read about the stories of Drumcree, you come to understand what Republicans sought to do. In many ways, they were successful. However, it highlights the strength and power of republicanism and how they sought to undermine the rights of those men wanting to parade. It really does demonstrate the fascist nature of Sinn Féin. We now have Sinn Féin blocking Orange men from parading through the Parades Commission and waving the word dialogue in front of them. This summer we had the self-proclaimed peacemaker Gerry Adams offer to have talks with the Orange Order. This image of Gerry Adams today contradicts the real picture of him over 10 years ago. On the 14th July this year, Martin McGuinness said, and I quote, "If the Orange Order are serious about wanting nationalist and Republican political leaders to respect them, then they need to respect our community and respect the wishes of the vast majority of people to live in peace, free from sectarian harassment. To date, the leadership of the Orange Order have refused to meet with Sinn Féin, the party most nationalists actually vote for. What message does that send out about respecting the nationalist community? The Orange Order need to sit down face to face with Sinn Féin, and I once again today extend that invitation." End of quote. This statement, Mr Deputy Chairman, stinks of hypocrisy. Sinn Féin are seeking to play the honest broker here, despite planting the seeds of conflict over parades. The Parades Commission, established in 1998, sought to regulate parades in Northern Ireland, and it is felt by many in the Unionist community that the Parades Commission, as an unelected organisation, simply seeks to discriminate against it as a community. Through its unelected representatives, put there by the Northern Ireland Secretary of State, it seeks to act for the Northern Ireland office. Its set-up is simply seen as creating bureaucracy and setting hurdles for bands and lodges to jump through. As a body appointed and set up by the government, it is not representative of the community, nor is it publicly accountable. It needs to go. This is something my party has long campaigned for. I do not wish to go into history in much detail, but I have to say this. Many people in this very House would not be standing here if it wasn't for the efforts of King William of Orange, who defeated King James at the Boyne. We owe a great debt of gratitude to the Revolution of 1688. However, I accept that times have changed, but we must not forget our history. Orange men have a right to parade. It is a right which is on the same level as the freedoms of speech and protest. These rights are being undermined by our own government, who have bought into the Sinn Féin idea that the Orange Order is part of the problem. just as they did with our RUC and the Ulster Defence Regiment. For a government which talks about community inclusion, cohesion, and about building a multicultural society, it is obvious that they seek to exclude Northern Ireland Orangemen from this policy. I am calling on our government to understand Unionist history, identity and culture, much of which is shared with the rest of this United Kingdom. Our government has sought to erase our identity by the removal of all things British, from symbols to flags to the dilution of the English language in the promotion of Irish. The people of Ulster are some of the most loyal subjects of this kingdom, yet our government continue to dance to the Republican record. I would urge this government to listen to the views of honourable and right honourable members on this side of the chamber and seek a consensus, a way of dealing with this issue once and for all.